Good morning, y'all. It is day 118, and I am leaving Pop-Tart and his wife, Pam. Wow, what do you say? You know, I thought I might stay one night with him, and it just turned out I ended up staying 3 nights and got 2 days of flat packing. And it was rainy and slippery yesterday, and it just worked out. I didn't have the full pack like I have now. But wow, just very gracious people, you know, fed me dinners and breakfasts, and, you know, we had beers. You know, I helped out a little bit on the farm with the hay, but yeah, just him driving me to the trailheads and picking me up, and really just touring Western Connecticut. I had never been here before. It's a lovely area. Just, you know, just the mountains and the Housatonic River, and just demographically the way it's laid out, and town plans and things like that. I really like this area. So, yes, thanks to Pop-Tart and Pam for hosting me and being so kind and generous. And I am off and running. I have 28 miles to Salisbury. And again, I think I mentioned, I'm not going to do what I did earlier. Not me going 11 and 12 days without a zero. It's just too much on my body. So I decided to just do 8 days of walking and then a zero. So yeah, today's number 7, and I'll walk. I'm going to stop at mile 15 and camp, and then tomorrow just leave me 13 into Salisbury, and then I will take a zero there. So I found there's a lady there who has a old 300-year-old house and rents out rooms to thru hikers. So that's where I'll be staying, and just kind of resting up there. I really haven't taken a lot of zeros where I just sit around and rest. I did it back in Port Clinton on Memorial Day, but otherwise I'm usually with friends and family, and or my wife, and you know, I'm busy doing things with them. But it'll be fun just to relax and sit on my tail Saturday. So today we're first 4 miles pretty flat. I'm just walking beside the Housatonic River here. And then I have a pretty big incline after that. And I'll be camping in my tent. Got a campsite up there somewhere for 15 miles. So that's about it, you know. I was very fortunate and blessed to have a bed and laundry and showers with Pop-Tart, and I'm very grateful for that. So let's get going.
The Appalachian Trail follows the Housatonic River alongside its westward bank through most of Connecticut. This river has a rich history. The Mohican Indians arrived here about 10,000 years ago and farmed its rich, fertile valley and fished the river. And by the 18th and 19th century, the colonists had moved up the valley, and there are still remnants of dams, mills, and furnaces all along the river. This area was the nation's first paper-making factories as well, and by the end of the Civil War, there were at least 28 paper mills in this county alone. Unfortunately, the river was also used as a dumping ground for all of these mills and factories' waste products. And from 1932 to 1977, the river received all of the PCB pollution discharged by the General Electric plant, which is nearby. And then the EPA designated the plant and several miles of the river as a Superfund site in 1997, and remediation started in 1999 and is still ongoing today. In fact, I did not see anyone fishing the entire river because ducks and fish continue to have significant levels of PCBs and present health risk if consumed.
Hey y'all, so day 118 is coming to the end, and I have pitched my tent, and I'm here at, I think it's Shannon Mountain campsite, and I'm about 13 miles from Salisbury,
Connecticut, and did I think 15 miles today, but it was a tougher day. I'd had 2 or 3 really nice hiking days, slack packing, even before I met Pop Tart, and really was thinking Connecticut trails were somewhat easy if just they're just well groomed and they weren't that steep. But today changed. I think there were 7 ascents, and I looked at the total elevation for the day was around 3,200 feet. So I definitely was going uphill, but again, I'll be going up and then I try and go right back down, and you just do it over and over. I think it was seven of those, about 500-foot ascents. So anyway, yeah, my thighs are screaming, and just pulled in here and ate my dinner, and it just started raining as well, which was not in the forecast. So I haven't rechecked it, but we'll see what happens tonight. And tomorrow I will coast another 13 miles, I think, into Salisbury, and staying at there's a lady there with a old 300-year-old house, I think, who rents a lot of rooms to hikers and people passing through. So that's where I'm going to be staying. And I'm going to zero on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to that. And then, yeah, just take it easy for a change. And again, I think I mentioned this, but this will only be my second time I've had a zero where I wasn't with family or friends and, was busy doing other things. So it's going to be nice just to sit around and do nothing. And that was about it. A lot of ascents today. No bears. I saw a few garden snakes, but that was about it. Nothing spectacular. And wasn't a lot of views, although this area is really infested with the gypsy moth caterpillar, which is a really invasive species. And I think they're just starting to die off in the last few days. But if you notice some of those shots I took and even footage, it was almost like early spring, you could see through the trees and see the tree lines on the other side of the mountain. And that's because they've eaten all of the leaves off of the trees. And yeah, it's really unfortunate, but that's what's going on here. And I think I took a picture of just how, there are just millions of them on up and down and crawling up and down the trees. It's just kind of, not a pretty sight. And that was about it for the day. But still feeling good, and no major falls. As I mentioned, my trekking pole, the handle broke, and I had to kind of repair that last night with some needle and thread and super glue and tape and everything else, and it held up today, so I'm happy about that. So that's about it. 118 is in the books, and I will see y'all in the morning. Bye, y'all.